right after a moment of clarity, breakthrough, or confirmation. Tactic is this. He waits for the moment of maximum depletion before he moves. Jesus had been fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. Matthew 4:2 records that after the fast, he was hungry. That is one of the greatest understatements in the New Testament, and it was precisely into that moment that the tempter came. The same pattern appears with Elijah after Mount Carmel. Elijah had just accomplished one of the greatest miracles in all of the Old Testament. He had called down fire from heaven. He had defeated 450 prophets of Baal. He had prayed for rain after 3.5 years of drought and outrun Ahab's chariot to Jezreel in the rain. He was physically shattered, emotionally spent, running on nothing. And Jezebel sent one message, a single threat, and Elijah collapsed. He ran for his life, sat down under a broom tree, and "It is enough. Now, O Lord, take my life, for I am not better than my fathers." This was the man who had just called down fire from heaven, asking God to kill him, not because his faith was weak, because he was empty. Here is the insight. Satan has been running the same playbook for 6,000 years. He used it on Adam and Eve in the garden. He used it on David on the rooftop. He used it on Job in the ash heap. He used it on Jesus in the wilderness. He is using a version of it on you right now. The tactics do not change. What changes is whether you can recognize them. And here is what nobody tells you about spiritual warfare. The attacks that are most dangerous are not the obvious ones. They are as if an enemy can convince you that his voice is your voice, that his accusation is your honest assessment of yourself. He does not need to do anything else. You will defeat yourself. 1 Peter 5:8 says he prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. But notice it says he prowls, not charges, not announces himself, prowls, which means strategy, which means he is patient, which means he has a plan. And in the Bible, that plan has patterns. Here are the exact tactics Satan uses specifically on people God has chosen for something significant. Not because they are easy targets, because they are the ones he cannot afford to leave alone. Before we go through the tactics, I need to establish one thing that changes how you read all of them. Satan cannot touch a person God has chosen without permission. This is not a comforting platitude. It is the explicit theology of the text.